serious, man. You cannot be serious.
Well done, Susie. Well done. Now, Duck, before we get waylaid with the world we're living in, particularly the football world we're living in, I love having you on, and so do people love having you on, because I like to ask your opinion of things, because you're you're not not a Gen Z.
You would hang on before you say I'm not an academic.
I didn't say that.
I'm not. Well,
I said you're not a Gen Z or you're probably a millennial, and they like your up-to-date opinions.
What? I'm probably a little more.
You're blurry. I can't see you.
I'm as crisp as anything. You're looking a bit fuzzy.
Not this end. You're not.
Internet. You'll be right.
Oh,
it's the
really?
internet, apparently.
Well, I'm just caught a glimpse of myself there, and I thought I was looking all right.
No, you're looking all right when we can see you, but you're blurry because of the internet at the minute.
Oh, right.
It'll come good.
It'll come good.
Before we get on, people love your opinions because you're a millennial, I think is what you are.
Millennial.
A millennial.
Yeah. Well, what are you?
I'm fucked. Now, I want to ask you this, Duck. Before
hey, before you get into that honesty, I sat down with some very good people last week, and a very good friend of ours, Sam, another Sam, must be in the name, Sam Kekovic.
Oh yes, we got cancelled. We were going to speak at a couple of functions.
Yes, we spoke about the university that had the Palestinian marches through their uni, but they cancelled you and Keka.
That's right.
I know.
They said we were dangerous.
I tell you what, this is my new word: the hypocrisy of it all. It's just unbelievable. But we spoke to a group of about 40. There's only one female in the audience, so it was a little, it was fair to say dominated. And Keka, if you wanted to hear, and you're exactly the same. If you ever want to go and listen to someone speak, so I encourage anyone out there, and I'm not just saying this because you're sitting here, book Sam Newman and Sam Kekovic to come and speak. You'll not only be entertained, you'll learn something, and you will, you'll actually say, so that's how we used to live. And you know what? And it was a better place.
Well, we've been booked by plenty of people and been cancelled by most of them.
He was brilliant, Sam. He was brilliant. He hit it out of the park. They loved him. Couple of his old ones that he throws in there, which look who's just walked in the side. Have a look. We'll get him on in a minute. Sammy, the great Johnny Rombottis.
Rombo. You look blurry to me here. It's all right.
I look good. I look, and don't take this the wrong way. I look good to myself.
Oh, what way would you like me to take that?
You can't tell me as good as you look with your turkey hair, with your and as good as you look at 80. You can't tell me there's some mornings where you don't wake up. Because I know I have these mornings.
I haven't had to wear a cap to hide the fact I'm going bald yet.
Let's speak to the audience. Let's speak to the audience, because there are some mornings where I wake up and I just catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror, and I say to myself, "Geez, you still got it, Duck." And then
there's never a morning I wake up and say that to the mirror.
And I've got to admit, generally the light's a little bit dimmed when that happens. But then there are other mornings when I wake up and I say, "You are kidding yourself. You have hit the wall, and you do something about it." But no, if I'm blurry at your end, I'm not blurry here.
No, that's good.
You look good as always.
Now, Sue says it's all right.
Okay, so getting back to Keka. He was brilliant. He was absolutely brilliant the way he spoke at this event. And new material as well, stuff that I hadn't heard. It was just superb.
We were going on the road, and the university said we were dangerous and might have been against the law. These are the people that let the Palestinians completely decimate and roll over their universities.
I tell you what, talk about against the law. I'm going to raise this I've got to bring this off the top, because this is really, I cannot fathom how the Adelaide Footy Club, and they're about to go into a big final in a couple of nights, play Collingwood. Hopefully, I'm going for the Adelaide Crows. I played for them for 2 years. I'm good mates with Roo, and I love the Footy Club. They're a great club. I want them to win the premiership. I just want to say this though. Rolling out Izak Rankin like he'd just done a triple murder.
Yep.
He's got away because obviously there's a lot of coverage about him using a homophobic word.
Why haven't they mentioned the word and who it was said to?
They rolled him out like he'd done a triple murder. He stood up there half in tears saying, I'm going to apologise to my teammates. I'm going to apologise to AFL. The only person he owes an apology to is his teammates, which I'm sure he's already given. The bloke's already going to miss a whole final series. The bloke's gone away. He's come back. He's refreshed, and they roll him out like he's a triple murderer. What's the bloke? There's people in the media that do things worse than that from week to week. There's one of the leading journalists that leads one of the stations that only a few years ago made some disparaging comments, and now he's the leading journalist again. And he's the one, like, it is just hypocrisy, there's that word again, at its best.
Well, I'm like you, Duck. I've staggered. You'd think this was the Nuremberg war trials after the war, what they've done to that boy. Now, I've done a bit of research on this because I'm staggered. For a start, why haven't the media said what the word was and who it was to? We think the word was faggot, and we think it was to Izak Quananon or Quininon or
Quainer.
What?
Quainer.
Well, we think it was. I was told it was.
Oh, look, it's been, and that's the other thing. We don't know who it was. I'm just saying, someone allegedly it was to Izak Quainer. Allegedly, it was also to. I've heard all sorts of names. I've heard Dacos boys. I've heard heaps of names.
The word was faggot.
Well, that's what I've heard as well, Sam. That was the word. So he's made a mistake. He said that he's going to miss five. The bloke hasn't killed any. Like they're turning this into something. It's not the punishment that this bloke has already received by missing finals in what is in footy terms. There, as you know better than anyone, and you've played 300 games, so you've had a lot of ups. I tell you what, there's more downs in footy than ups. This bloke is because of a word and a wrong word, albeit, you know what, he's going to miss, and you never know what's around the corner. Injury, what happens to his footy. Like, there's so many variables that can happen. He might never get another opportunity like this ever again. Right. And yet now they're rolling him out. Now he's got to do a circuit and apologise to the world, does he?
So I presume, Duck, that why they don't want this to spread down to underage football and young boys calling other boys those names, and that's fair enough. How does anyone know what Izak Rankin said to whoever it was? How does anyone know? It was said in the heat of battle. And I want to tell you this. The word, I've done a bit of research on this. The word faggot particularly applies to gay men. That's what it says in this thing here. And you'll like this. And it says, so this is if you Google this. So the simple answer to whether faggot is truly harmful term is quite simple. It's up to you to decide how you personally perceive it. Context on how you use it really matters. So if Rankin called Mr. whoever a faggot, the context is he's not personally saying that's what that person is. It's just a term of slang, and it's how you perceive it. And to apologise to the awful or the women,
AFL women,
to apologise to the women when the term is predominantly a pejorative term for gay men. What next step can we take? What next level can we take this to?
We said this last week, Sam. We said that any derogatory term to someone is how the other person takes it.
Exactly.
Right? And that if you say that word to someone that is gay, I assume they'd be offended by it. If you say that to someone that's straight, it'd be water, pardon the pun, it'd be water off a duck's back. So
2 puns there. Someone who's straight and
yes.
water off a duck's back. That's you,
Yeah.
the duck, and someone who's straight. Now, Duck. So then
Yes.
we get last week. Do you remember us saying that the league prides itself that no one has come out in its whole history and never said they're gay or whatever? Blow me down. The very next day, a bloke called Mitch Brown comes out and says he's bisexual. And they all say, how brave of Mitch to do. What the fuck is all this about? What?
Now,
Mitch Brown, and he said,
I'll tell you it would have been, no, Sam, what I find about this, and that he's a hero for doing it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So all of those games, I tell you, it would have been more heroic back when you and your mate Wadey were selling hair products. If you'd come out in the, I reckon if you'd come out in the 60s and 70s,
said I'm bisexual.
No, it would have been brave then.
Yeah,
Sam.
I know.
In today's world, coming out, you know what coming out is? Yes, it sets a great example, but coming out is common knowledge now. We don't. Who cares whether you're gay?
This is my point, Duck. Why does that person, Mitch, have to suddenly announce that he's bisexual? Frightened the shit out of his partner, whose name is Lou. I presume Lou's a man, a woman.
No, he's married with kids.
And he went out with a woman called Shay, and they got 2 sons. It would have been a hell of a shock to them, I reckon. Why does he have to come out and say it publicly?
I don't get. Can you explain this to me? And look, we're going off on a tangent here, and we're just blown away. We're just blown away because of the amount of attention.
We're being flippant because it's so bloody. So
correct. I want to know this. So if you're bisexual,
yes,
you're gay.
Yes.
Are you?
Well, obviously, if you're
bisexual, you're bisexual.
That's right. That means you turn men and women over.
If you're gay, if you're gay, you just go one way. If you're bisexual, you go both ways.
Yes, you turn both sexes over.
Yes. So he's not. He hasn't come out as a gay man. He's come out as a bisexual man. So he's not the first gay man to come out. He's the first bisexual man to come out.
And his partner is she's been very supportive that he's going out with blokes and going out with her, and he's been married to, or he had a couple of sons to a woman called Shay. They're all very supportive. The world's gone mad.
I can get.
Why does he even have to announce that he's what? Why? And then
he felt compelled. I'm just going off what he said in his interview. He felt compelled to talk and speak up because of the Izak Rankin situation.
Who cares about whether he's gay or bisexual? And then
well, he's not. But he's not gay. He's bisexual.
No, that's right. He's bisexual. That's right. So.
And you watch, and by the way, the CEO, Andrew Dillon, of the AFL came out and said how brave he was.
What?
You watch this year's Brownlow. Mitch Brown will be on the red carpet.
Along with the former footballer who used to coach or play for North Melbourne, former Dean Laidley, who is now Danielle. They will be a pair on the red carpet.
She did the red carpet initially when she came out. So
she was the star attraction.
Maybe Mitch Brown might get the red carpet this year.
The two of them might do a duo. They might host the thing. This is immediately after the Welcome to Country. They welcome them both on stage to host the whole fucking show.
I did.
It's beyond belief. It's just.
I also want to stick up while we're on our rant. We'll get our rant over and done with early. I also want to stick up for Beat, one of my. I call him a mate. I love BT. I think he gets a bad rap. He did pop me last year's grand final, which I had a go at him about. But you know what? He gets potted by a lot of people. He's one of the great callers. He's been in the industry. Are you going, sweetheart? Are you? Okay, have a good walk.
I presume that's one of your daughters, is it?
Yes, no, that's Jess, actually.
Oh, good.
That's Jess. The kids are at school, Sam.
Yeah.
So what was I saying? Yeah, sorry. So BT, everyone's in, well, one of the, and I'll say his name, Tom Morris, who is a leading journalist who's got himself, I think he was the one that got in hot water a few years ago for being recorded.
Doing what?
Fancy that, being recorded when you don't know someone's recording you. But anyway.
Who's Tom Morris?
Tom Morris is a reporter for Channel 9.
Right.
I think it's Channel 9. He's actually the chief football reporter
Tom Morris.
for Channel 9. Yes.
I don't think I've heard of Tom.
And he's had a go. He's had a go at BT because BT said that Tom had got something wrong, because Tom had said that someone was looking to be traded. Charlie Curnow was wanting to get out of Carlton, and BT said, well, that's a load of rubbish. That's not going to happen. And Tom's taken umbrage to that and made comment about BT. He should know better. He's been in the media for long enough. Well, I will say this. I will say that given that BT is a caller, not a gossip columnist, and or a reporter that throws 1,000 darts a year and lands 3. So when they do get it right, you don't just stand on your pedestal and say, well, we got that one right, just because Charlie Curnow said in his exit meeting that he was open to being traded. He didn't say, I want to be traded. He said, I'm open to be traded. Carlton have since said to him, well, that's not going to happen. And Tom's now having a go at our man BT.
What did he say about BT?
Well, he said BT should know better. He's been in the industry. He shouldn't be having a go at someone. And we journalists, this is Tom's words, not mine. He should know that journalists just don't make stuff up. Do you remember the Adelaide camp? That's what that came out of his mouth. Well, you know what? I just want to remind Tom of something. Journalists make stuff up all the time, Tom. It's no big secret. Most of the stuff they say is made up.
Yes, he should look at the Channel 7 panel, the woman on the Channel 7 football panel.
Well, they guess, and well, you know what? They guess and they do make stuff up, Tom. And that's why we, as football followers, and not just football followers, but people in the industry like BT, call out bullshit.
Well done, Duck. I'm with you.
I'm fired up this morning because I tell you, I've been up since 5 o'clock in the morning. I've gone to where we're going to have the grand final breakfast. I've gone to the medical centre in Middle Park, and I got told I was going there for a men's health talk, 5 a.m. this morning, and we're there. Talk about men's health, people that are struggling, they go along, we sit in a circle, and if you've got something to talk about. So that's what I thought I was going to do. Then I went there, and 10 minutes later, they had me running up and down stairs for 3 minutes. My legs are absolutely buggered. And then after that, I went and saw Izak Rankin's media performance that they rolled him out in front of. Then I listened to Tom's comments again. So I'm fired up this morning because I know that we had a week off and we didn't have footy, but bloody hell, give the poor bloke a break. Izak Rankin. Izak, don't apologise to anyone else, mate. Get on with your life. You're a good lad. You've made it blue. Move on.
Couldn't agree with you more, Duck. And the more they go on about it, as I say, you think it's the Nuremberg war trials that he's got. Yeah. Now, so you just mentioned, so this is a good opportunity to say this before. I've got a lot of things to ask you about football and other things. But seeing as you've just mentioned it, the function that you had to do a training session at is where we're having the function. Now, I can tell you, we offered 20.
We'll give that address out next week, Sam. We'll give that
address
out.
Yes, where the function is.
We've got to speak to our boss. We've got to speak to Sue first. We've just got to clarify some stuff. Tick some stuff off with Sue. And once we get all that ticked off on, then we'll say where it is. I did have a look at it this morning. I tell you what a beautiful setting, what a beautiful view it is. It is a magnificent spot. We'll have the barbecue set up, 2 massive plasma TVs on the wall. It's going to be very well done.
I'm just speaking to the comptroller. What did you say? We're not what?
It's a very personal. Once they've paid and booked, that's when we disclose
Yes,
personally, not to the world.
That's right. Once she says there are, I think it's sold out. We have.
I've told 4 people I'm going to an event in 2 days. I've told 4 people. I've said if you don't get in, you're done. Because this space, the space that we're in, it's a rooftop. It's beautiful, but it's only got room for a certain amount of people.
It's only got room. It's got room for 20 people that we want to intimately.
We've said 20 though, but if there happened to be a carer or someone come along, we could probably squeeze an extra snag on the barbie, or we could probably squeeze 22 in. I reckon I've got a mate rolling up here who you saw sort of walk in the back door before, who wants to talk about the grand final week as well.
Good.
But continue. Now, what did the boss say? What did Sue? What did she
said,
have to say?
The spots aren't filled until money has been received.
Correct.
But we think we've filled the 20 spots. I noticed the Daily Mail, in a backhanded compliment, said, that you and I were running this thing for $2,500. They said, wow. Could I tell you?
How cheap? How cheap is that?
You couldn't believe it. If you want to go to the AFL pre-breakfast bash, it's $7,000. You get a ticket to go into the game. This way, you get 2 jumpers, 1 from you, 1 from me. You get a tax deduction. You get on air, a live podcast, streaming podcast to chat to us and take calls and advertise your business. It's a tax deduction. You cannot get better value than that. We feed you from Smeatsy, Ralph's Meats. Now, Ralph, we're buying the meat from Ralph. I'm not sure we've made him a hero. People want to meet Smeatsy, and if he pays $2,500, he can come. But we will give him his money back because we'll buy the meat from him. It doesn't matter.
Get some we're going to whack some prawns on the barbie as well, Sam. We got the South Melbourne markets around the corner.
If you want to go to a pre-breakfast thing at the Crown Casino, it costs you $3,500. Ours is $1,000 cheaper, and there's you and I there on a podcast speaking to people, giving out presents and jumpers and feeding them and drinking them.
Well, you go, as you know, we've been to a million of those events, and they put you to sleep. You'll be fine. And then you know what we've got to do, I'm happy to say this because I've knocked back numerous events for the grand final. I've actually received, and I've said no because I reckon we'll get a bit of an overflow of a few of those people. The real, the blokes that aren't going to the game, for instance, and a few people that want to hang around. We'll go and watch the grand final somewhere, Sam.
Well,
and you know what? Some of those will probably tag along.
That is not. Yes, absolutely. That is not part of it. We're not. We're doing it from about 11:30 to 1:30. Is that right, Sue?
Yes. No, that's what. Yes.
10:30 to what? Yes. We're doing it till that. We're not saying that we're going to sit and watch the grand final with you, but the beauty of watching it on the television is you don't have to put up with Welcome to Country. You can actually go and have a chat.
Hang on. I'd plan to do Welcome to Country if you didn't mind.
Welcome to whose country? Yeah, no, we'll do our version of Welcome to Country. What we'll say is
we'll do our version.
Well, I'll tell you what our version is. Our version is
there will be some people that will be coming to watch the grand final with me. If you and Sue come along, well, you come along. But there will be people there that'll come and
tell you what our version of Welcome to Country is, Duck. Is that we pay respects to those pioneers who built this country, and these settlers who built this country, and we also respect and pay tribute to elders, past and present, their stories and their dreams, and we pay respect to those people who were here before us. Something like that.
something like that.
Yes.
And I'll bring the. I'm bringing. Do you want me to bring any sort of
Leaves?
leaves or anything?
Here's some banging sticks. Get a bearskin. Put a bearskin on and come in there and do it.
Not bearskin. There are no bears in Australia. The koala bears.
Yeah.
But there's no bears.
Well, they're koalas. They're bears.
Yeah, I know.
But what skins do you reckon they wear? The Auntie, whatever her name is, Auntie Jack.
That'd be kangaroo or fox or something.
Fox. Oh, well.
Fox skins back in the day. My dad, I don't know whether, well, my dad's passed now anyway, but I remember going out into the back shed and he had fox skins and he had
koala skins.
He had sheep that he'd stolen from the neighbour up the road in the backyard.
Now,
I'll tell you a quick funny. Well, it's not a funny story, but we. How old was I? I was going. It was primary school. So no, actually, I just started high school. So I was about 12, just before I moved to Adelaide, and we used to walk past this little house in Lampy Avenue, Wagga Wagga, and there was a little sheep in the front, an old lady that lived 4 doors up. There was this little sheep in the front yard, and we'd walk past and we'd see the little sheep each day, and pat him. He was a very nice little sheep. They're very cute, as we know.
There you
go. Anyway, about 4 days later, I came back past, and little Lammy wasn't there, and the old lady come out and said, "Have you seen my little lamb?" I said, "Oh, no, I haven't. I saw him this morning." Then I got home and I saw him hanging in the shed. The old man had knocked him. That's a terrible story, but it's a true one.
No, I wouldn't doubt that. You had lamb chops that night for dinner.
Yes.
Now, Doug, I'm not sure because of all this faggot stuff and the furor that's going on. I think, are they still deciding if Snoop Dogg is going to entertain us at the grand final?
Well,
once again,
the CEO said very clearly, Snoop Dogg has changed. Snoop Dogg is a grandfather now. Snoop Dogg is a different person to what he was back when he did, or made those, wrote those lyrics or whatever he did. So it's funny the AFL has forgiven Snoop Dogg. Andrew Dillon has forgiven Snoop Dogg.
Well,
it's a, you know what? Well done, Andrew.
Well, you won't believe this because it just happened on the overseas media news this morning. I watched it. A Disney writer has now asked Snoop Dogg to be banned from going to any publication because the film Lightyear is about 2 gay people, and Snoop Dogg was explaining to his grandson what gay men do, and they said it was disparaging, and the writer of the film has now banned him from going to the film or being part of the organisation that he was of Lightyear. So there we are.
Well, if that's the case, the AFL will probably have Snoop Dogg on the red carpet at the Brownlow as well,
with Mitch and Danielle. Be a winner. I tell you,
who knows? They make it up as they go.
I'll tell you this now: if they cancel Snoop Dogg, the AFL and about 100 people at that organisation should resign, because they obviously haven't done their due diligence. They have no idea what they're doing. They go from one hypocritical moment to the other by all this bullshit with Izak Rankin, and then all the bullshit about the gay, the Muslim lass who won't play in the gay pride round in the awful, and then getting Snoop Dogg.
I always pull you up on that. It's AFL women, Sam.
Well, it's an acronym.
Well, that doesn't spell awful.
It's an acronym. You're meant to be able to...
I know it is, but I pull you up on that. Be respectful to the league.
What's wrong with saying Australian Women's Football League? What's wrong with that?
Straight, because it's not. It's AFL Women's.
But they only changed it because people like me who take the piss out of it just say it's awful. But we don't mean that That's a bit like
Why all of a sudden have you gone quieter? I can still hear you, but you've gone quieter.
Really?
It's not.
Yeah, doesn't. I can still hear you.
I hope some of the gems I'm saying are coming across.
Oh no, they're coming through loud and clear.
Well, there you are.
We've been fired up today.
I haven't started
by the way,
yet.
we've got 4 great finals to talk about.
I haven't started yet. I'm just looking at the time. We've been going for half an hour. If you want to just cover the games, and
we've got 15 minutes. We've got 15 minutes to talk the football and talk about the finals coming up. If you want to talk,
well, let's do the football in the second. Let's go from the AFL awards night, wasn't it? For the
Oh yes, okay. Let's keep fired up. Yeah. So the AFL awards night. I'm glad you brought that up.
I didn't see it.
So the AFL All Australian team, of which what has caused the most controversy, and one of the all-time great players who you played against, and is a Brownlow medalist, a Magarey medalist, a Coleman medalist. He's kicked 100 goals. The great Malcolm Blight said on radio 2 days ago, the whole committee should be sacked.
Did he?
He said, stand down now. He named them all. He named who they were. And he said how they came to the conclusion to give Jeremy Cameron the captaincy of that All-Australian team. And Jeremy said himself, I've never captained a team in my life. Yep. He said, this is a big surprise to me. He said, I'm a bit humbled by it, but don't get me wrong, he's had a great year. Once again, trying to be far too cute. They had great leaders in that team. They had a guy by the name of Dawson, who, by the way, was voted by his peers as the best captain for the year.
Norton?
And they made Dawson.
Oh, Dawson.
And they made him vice captain, and they made someone that has never captained anything before the captain of Australia. And I know they're not playing anyone, but how that got through all of those selectors and how they came to that conclusion, Malcolm Blight believes that everyone on that sat in that meeting should stand down.
Well, we're going to be threadbare at the AFL, because if they cancel Snoop Dogg, 100 people should resign, and if the AFL awards night is anything, and Malcolm, they all should resign. Who's Dawson play for?
Oh, come on, the Adelaide Crows.
Right, thank you. That's it.
He's the captain. Your voice is getting lighter. You're not bumping the volume up. Are you? You're not leaning on the volume or anything?
I'm sitting in front of a fucking iPad. Well,
I can hear you, but you're
hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Well,
but all of a sudden your voice is
anyhow because they show snippets on the sports news about the AFL awards. I didn't watch them, but I saw they showed them on pedestals. And a female was running the show, was she?
Yes. Was it? Who was it? Oh, I can't even think of it. It was. Ghana. Yes, it was an AFL women's player. Actually, North Melbourne player. I think it was Ghana who did the awards. Who read out the team?
Why?
She read out the team.
This is
Sarah Jones is the MC.
I see.
What? Mark Howard did all the interviews with the players when they got selected in the team. It was a good thing.
Yes.
It's a great night. It's voted by your peers. The All-Australian team is one of the great individual accolades that you can be handed. It means you've had a very good year. There were some unlucky players not to get in. Now, I thought there were some players that were in the team maybe a little on the lucky side.
Give us your history of the All Australian side, Duck, just as a matter of interest, in case people have forgotten. Sharpen them up on it.
Well, in 1993, my first year as captain of North Melbourne, where I was 21 years of age, I was named captain of Australia in that year.
Of course,
for the first time. Then in 94, when I was in the All-Australian team, the great Gary Ablett Sr. I think they gave the captaincy to, from memory,
He never
who
come to
wasn't captain.
decide.
Correct. So, and then 95 was the All-Australian again. I think 90, 98, 99, 2000, 3 years in a row I was captain of the team. 4 times captain, 2 times vice, 1 just as a centre-half forward. So anyway,
Could you tell me, Duck, why
that's a by the way, that's a record for anyone that doesn't know that that's a record in terms of captain and vice captain.
No, I was waiting for you to get to the very important part of why I asked you that question. Could you tell me, just a matter of interest, why Gary Ablett was made the captain instead of you that year?
I've got no idea.
I have got no.
You
know exactly.
There has been precedence. There has been precedence with this before.
You know
because
exactly
they did it
why he was made the captain.
They did it with Buddy Franklin as well a few years ago. Buddy Franklin was named captain, and he's never captained his team either.
Why was Gary Ablett Senior made the captain, Duck? Because they said if you come along to the function, we'll make you.
You told me. I think you told me that he said, "I'm not coming to the function unless I'm captain."
Well, it wasn't quite like that. They said if you come along to the function, we'll make you the captain. Why else would they make him the captain?
I tell you what, those awards nights. I've got a little confession before we finish this episode. Whenever those awards nights were on, they would obviously come to the club, and they didn't want to tell you whether you're in the side or whether you'd won the MVP or you're the best voted the best captain, or or you're the bravest player, or what, all the different awards that they have. They didn't want to tell you whether you'd won them or not. So when they would come to the club, and the great Greg Miller, who I'm catching up with actually next week, who is a great man and did great things for the North Melbourne Footy Club, he would come to me, and Jeff Walsh also, when he was there, and they'd come and they'd say, "Duck, you're required to go to the awards." And I'd say, "Oh, I don't think I will."
We'll make you the captain.
No, I said, "I don't think I will. I'd prefer." We're about to go into a prelim final or a grand final, and they'd say, "Well, I think you have to go, Duck." And then they'd let me know that I was in or won the MVP or won the best captain or whatever it was. So I knew before I went every year.
I know you did, Duck. Now, just before we finish, might have looked as though I wasn't paying attention, but I was. I was looking for the address. Sue's going to tell me the address. If you want to, as the Chinese proverb says, goods not in hand till money in bank. So if you want to come along, I think we're booked out, but it'll strictly go on those who remit the $2,500, and you can remit it too. You can
YCBS.
What?
YCBS podcast @gmail.com.
That's it. Well done, Duck. So you do that. Sue will receive it on that website, and then she'll send you out a remittance form, and you'll pay, and then you'll be in one of the 20 exclusive people to come.
YCBS podcast @gmail.com.
That's it. Now we're coming back. I've got a whole lot of other things to ask you about sport, but we haven't covered the football. We'll do that when we come back.
Yes, we'll do the games.
And who have you got beside you?
We'll chat to Johnny Rombotis about a soiree. How do you say it?
Soiree is how you say it, depending on what you're talking about.
Soiree on the Thursday night before the granny. We're going to have one of those as well.
A soiree.
Yes.
Holy shit!
It's hard to say that.
What?
It's hard to say.
Soiree.
Soiree. Yeah.
Why is it?
I can't.
Why is it?
There's some words. There's some words you just.
You pronounce it phonetically. Soiree. SWARE. Why?
Soiree.
Soiree.
Soiree. All right. Soiree. Hooroo.
Oh, hooroo. That's more Australiana, yeah. Hooray.
Yes. Hooroo.
Hooray. Righto, that's it. We're off. We'll be back.
We'll be back.